Hello everyone. So today I was writing a script, a very small simple script to basically have some pre-filled description based on a component. Now what I have here in my project, I have three components, right? DB, UI, admin. It could be any component, by the way. And what we want to do is whenever the user is selecting a specific component, we want to have some description like pre-filled. And I think I've covered this in one of my video. And today I was actually working on this script, a very small, simple script. And I thought, okay, let me just, do it along with you. So the requirement is that whenever the user is selecting here DB, right? You want to basically have some text. So simple thing, but we can do it together and we can learn how to do it together. So what I will do is I will go to my script behavior section and then I will write a behavior. So the project is demo and the issue type is bug. Let me just do that. I'll first create a new behavior and show, or basically let us say description template based on component, right? It is always good to have this nice name. We want to do it for demo and we also want to say that we only want to do it for bug, and we can add a mapping, click on the create button, and now we have this behavior that we can write. Now we want to write this behavior for the component field because whenever the user is selecting or changing anything in the component, so we want to update the description. So you can select here component in the field and then click on the add button, and here you can write a script. So this script will be nothing too complicated. What I will do is I'll copy a couple of lines and then we can get started. So these are a few lines that you can add in your script. Right now, of course, we're trying to import. Basically, we want to work with the components, and that is why I want to import few things here. So the first thing that I may want to do is I want to basically fetch the field value, right? So I can say here that I want to get my components, and I can use basically so let us say the field name is component field, right? Components field. So the first thing is to fetch the field or the field that we want to work on, basically the component field, and we can say something like get field by maybe ID, and the field that we want to work on is the component field or the field that will be changed, and that will be get field changed, and this will basically take care of the component field. So component field will be the one which will be changed. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to fetch the value of this particular field. So if you do components field dot get, I think there should be something called as got to get value. So you can do that, but we want to, of course, save it somewhere, maybe in a variable. So you can say, you can also do this like component, like define variable name equal to blah blah blah. But this would be a component, and component is usually like a list that you will get. And by the way, if you are not sure how about the type that you will get, you can always do something like log dot one, and then just save this. And if you now go back to your project, and if you now select here DB or admin, and if you now refresh your behavior, you will hopefully see something in the log, and this log will basically show you the things that you are going to work on. So basically you can see here that we have these components that we want to basically use, and and as you can see that you will get a collection, and in that collection you have like the first component, which is again like you have like different things that you can use. Like you can use component name, you can use component lead or description. We only want to use the name, so we can only focus on the name part, not really the not really the lead name. We don't care about the lead, we just care about the name. And now we know the type. And when we were retrieving this, because usually when people are trying to retrieve something from Jira, they expect things to be exactly like the component name. For example, in this case, we know it's a component, so we know that it won't be just the name of the component, but also the lead and description. So in this case, we know that it's like a list. So what we can do is, and it's a list of component, like the project component. So we can say here project component, and then we can define a variable here. Components is equal to components field, and we can say dot get value, and this should be enough. Maybe we can do as a list, so that this component variable is now a list. Now all we need to do is we need to, of course, have some description that we can use. It could be any description, by the way. So let us have something like define. So let us first retrieve the description field. So you can do description, and then you can write here get field by name, and the description field is a system field. So we can do something like description. So this is your description field, and all we need to do now is we need to basically have some template, and we can actually write a variable here, description text, and this could be your template, right? And when you are trying to insert or use like a multi-line text, you can actually have three double quotes. So this could be your template, like bug details and source of the bug owner. So these are few things that we want to have in our description. Now we may also want to do this only for the create screen, right? So what we can do is we can I think I did explain this in one of my video where I showed you how to basically check, or how to basically insert or do anything like when it comes to behavior only on a specific screen. So we can actually use get action name, and this get action name will give you that screen, and it could be something like create issue, or it could be create. This is something, if you do a Google search, you'll find plenty of examples where you can find these templates or snippets of code. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to have our condition, which will check for the component that we want to check for. I think we want to check for a component which is DB. So we can do something like components.any, and we are using any here because we want to search for, because you may want to check for, you may want to insert this for DB component, but maybe you have any other component, so you can have like the same template for multiple components. For the timing, what I will do is I will have here some kind of like a hard-coded string that I can use. So what I can do here is I can or maybe we can actually describe, or not describe, but create a variable for those components that we want to check, right? So we can do few things, but for the timing, what I will do is I will do something like it.name. So name is basically the name of the component, and we can do something like is equal to DB. And if I now go to my description field, which is the one that we have just fetched here on top, we can do something like dot set form value, and we can basically have the template which is in the description text. And if this condition is not true, we want to just have nothing for the description. So we can do description dot set form value, and we can do null. So it's a very simple script, as you can see, and if you save it, I think this should work, right? And if I now go back and if I click on the button to create a new issue, right now of course the description is empty, but if I select here DB, now we have the template. And you can select here other components, but because DB is there in the list, it will still work. And the moment you remove DB, it will not work. So this is of course a very simple thing that I wanted to show you, and hopefully you have some idea now on how to work with behaviors. I think I started talking about behaviors a lot more, and recently in the last few months, but I still have to make more videos. Behaviors are good. I like using behaviors, but I only use behaviors to just fill in the gaps when it comes to enforcing some rules. But I mostly rely on validators. I try not to use behaviors to do things like hiding a field. Behavior can enhance your Jira experience. For example, when you have dynamic fields that you want to display, maybe you want to have like more fields that you want to hide or display based on some previously selected fields, and behaviors can definitely help. But when it comes to restrictions, behaviors are of course not really foolproof. Use validators in those cases. So yeah, I hope in this video you have learned something new, and I also hope that you enjoyed watching this video. All right, thank you very much. Bye bye.